to bring it home for me.
We'll unbore
So
you,
unbore me. Uh,
unbova
so
you.
so I mean, let's. I mean, why don't we just start? So Rockin' Vodka. There's a lot of vodkas out there, but I mean, your branding is incredible. But talk to me about the product. What sets Rockin' Vodka apart?
Well, there are a lot of vodkas out there, but there are very, very few sugarcane vodkas in the entire world. So that's why we chose Rockin' Vodka to be a very unique brand. We're coming out of Rockford, Illinois. We were born in Rockford, Illinois,
Or nearby.
nearby, and then we moved our production to Harvard, Illinois. But we are sugarcane. You can see the bottle here. It's very unique, non-GMO, gluten-free, distilled 4 times. The water source comes out of Harvard, Illinois, and we feel like we've heard that a lot, where people say, "Man, the water tastes really good in this bottle." So that's the difference between us. Of course, bringing Rick Nielsen to the picture, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame legend. He's not
Yeah,
just eye candy; he's very involved in the brand. As you can see, he's here today interviewing with
yeah.
you.
But I am
No,
kind of eye candy, though, to a select crowd.
well, Rick, I want to ask about your involvement first, just for people, including myself, who might not understand when you say sugar cane, like what we I guess we think the classic is potato. So like, what's the difference there? What's the difference in the flavor?
Got it. So that's a great question. So typically, vodka is made out of corns, potatoes, wheat. You can make pretty much vodka out of anything. So when you think of sugarcane, you think of rum. What separates rum from this vodka is it comes off of the still at 190 degrees, and there is no molasses or sugar added after distillation. So it's just the natural plant that's being distilled 4 times. And it does have a smooth, and it does have a like nice sweet taste to it, but it's all natural.
Got it. Got it. That sounds awesome. Rick, I got to tell you, leading up to this, I've had surrender stuck in my head for like the past 3 days. So thank you.
I've had it stuck in my head for 50 years.
That's awesome. So tell me about this partnership. How did you guys come together? How did you come together on Rock and Vodka?
Well, let's see. Andy has a better story than I do, but mine is when we started talking, because we kind of known each other. Asked me about any vodka stories that I had. I said, well, we were the opening act for Queen for 2 shows in 1977 before our first record came out, because they liked our stuff. They'd heard it, and we were invited to be on their tour, and I become friends with those guys. And actually, Paul Korzelius, who used to be the guy that carried Freddie Mercury on his shoulder as Superman, ended up to be our road manager for years. And then he was with Bon Jovi and Cher and other people. And I never carried any. Oh, yeah, never mind about that story. But I got invited by Roger Taylor, the drummer from Queen, to his house in England, and I went to his place, and then he wanted to go out to a bar, and I said, oh, no, I can't go. Oh, yeah, no, I said, yes, I'll go. And we went to a place called Nikita's, and it was an all frozen vodka establishment. And we went there, and that's the last I can remember.
So fast forward to 2019. I asked Rick if he wants to
Stop
be.
laughing.
So of course, when I asked Rick about joining our vodka, that struck a chord. It was like memory lane with Roger Taylor from Queen at Nikita's, and in England, right?
Yeah, in London.
In London, yeah. And so, before I met Rick, we had a bunch of restaurants in the Rockford area. So we had 5 businesses, entertainment venues, and Rick's family played in our venues, Miles, and I've known Dax, and his daughter actually worked with me at one of the restaurants.
Yeah, and we, I think it was our 25th, Cheap Trick's 25th show that we did in Rockford.
At the BMO Center.
At the BMO Center, we had, no, it was actually out in the park.
Was it at the Davis Park?
And then after the show, we brought a Cheap Trick kind of cover band from Japan. They're called Cheap Track. They do all Cheap Trick songs, but in English and in Japanese. We brought them from Tokyo, and they played the after show festivities over at your place.
Wow.
And because there's a guy, the singers Tokyo Xander, and a sushi man, Rick Nielsen. He is actually a sushi chef, but he looks like me, except he's almost better looking, if that's possible. And so yeah, so that was in Rockford.
So yeah, so we kept on crossing paths, and having that many restaurants in the Rockford area, and they were very busy nightclubs and entertainment venues. We were the testing market for all new brands that came to Rockford. So my wife and I were talking, and we were
There's
talking
a first.
After it was pillow talk. All right?
Okay, yeah, whatever.
And I'm like, honey, I'm tired of building.
I'm tired of
I'm
this.
tired of building everybody's brands
Oh.
that come to Rockford. I mean, you name it, Fireball, Tito's, they all came to us first. Screwball, all the new Jack Daniel's flavors and
Screwball,
all that stuff.
isn't that David Wells?
It's David Grohl was involved in that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, I know Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good buddy of yours. We actually sent David some vodka, and unfortunately, we sent his drummer some vodka
We sent
too.
to Taylor Hawkins, and
Taylor
then
Hawkins.
and then he passed away.
Yeah.
Oops.
And
Not from drinking it, but
No. We actually sent an entire package of Rockin Vodka T-shirts and some cool swag, and he was supposed to give it to the rest of the bandmates. I wonder if it ever made it to them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
a little late to ask.
yeah. So we got tired of building other brands, and my wife and I decided, you know what, we're gonna come up with our own recipe, and that's where the sugar cane was born, and that's where Rockin Vodka was born. And here's Rick crossing my path again because we're both involved in the Hard Rock Casino, the new casino that's in Illinois, which we'll talk about a little later because Rick's guitar is erected in front of that casino. It's
Erected. You keep talking about pillow talk.
I can't say anything around. He's got the dirtiest mind in the world.
Right.
But
I didn't bring it up.
So I saw Rick at a meeting. We were going to the Coronado for the Hard Rock presentation, and that's when I asked Rick. I said, Rick, would you like to be involved in our new vodka? And he said yes. I mean, the one thing he was adamant on is jobs. Is it going to create jobs in the local community? And not only has it created a ton of jobs in the local community and impacted the economy with all the product that we're purchasing through local vendors, we've hired people all over the country. And so now we're in 17 states and just entered the European market. And of course, we've been in Canada. Unfortunately, we're off the shelves now because of the tariffs, but we've been in Canada for a couple of years as well.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. So Rick.
Yeah, I didn't need a job, but I like when other people have jobs. It's true.
That's great. That's really great. I'm wondering, business partnerships, how is it similar and how is it different than musical partnerships? You know, your band on stage versus your guy sitting right across the table from you right now.
We fight less. And I don't say which one.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
I don't know. It's we're kind of all businessmen, but our passions are more influential than our business acumen. Does that make sense?
Got it.
I better write that one down.
It's got some similarities too, because we do go on the road and we do drive sometimes 6 hours to a bottle signing. And we get in the hotel rooms or the Airbnbs. And so it's kind of like we do have the roadies that tag along with us, our merchandisers and our photographers. And so it's almost, in a sense, very similar to the life that Rick has been involved with all his bandmates.
Yeah, for years. I mean, plus, as I grew up, my father was an opera singer and my mother was too. And I used to travel with them. I mean, they've traveled all over the world.
Wow.
And my father was a singer with Billy Graham, and he's made 40 records with Zondervan and Word Records in the religious field. Both my grandfathers were ministers too. So I went to a lot of church. Now I don't go quite as often as I should.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, so I've been involved with traveling all my life.
Wow.
My mother was a lousy cook, so it was like, I ate every meal out. So it's like nothing has changed.
Do you guys does Rockin Vodka get booze groupies the way Cheap Trick might get some groupies?
Well, every bottle signing that we've done has been like a sellout at
Yeah.
Costco's and and all these grocery places and liquor stores and where else do we?
Gosh, we've done 'em-
casinos.
casinos, Hard Rock in Tampa, Hard Rock in Hollywood.
They bought how many?
4,000 bottles in Tampa and 3,000 bottles at the Hard Rock in Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's like a cross.
It's the same fans that follow Rick around.
Some of each, it's like they're not all drinkers and they're not all Cheap Trick fans and not all Rick fans or whatever. But I treat everybody equally awful.
I mean, we get a lot of investors come to our bottle signings. A lot of Cheap Trick fans. A lot
of weirdos too.
We get a lot of weirdos. So at the bottle signing, they can bring another record or something Cheap Trick related or Rick Nielsen, and so we'll let them get a couple things signed when they purchase a bottle at a bottle signing.
Oh,
and some of the stuff we see is so. I mean, this is from 1970 something. I got it at my first Cheap Trick concert, and sure enough, Rick is the memory of an elephant, right? And he's pulling stuff up on his phone, like, oh yeah, you mean this place and this town and this venue? And he's got a picture of it. Of course, he's a hoarder. He's got everything.
I'm a whore. It's on our first record.
There you go.
He's a hoarder. I mean, he's a whore.
That's awesome.
I've never, I'm an only child, so I never got rid of anything. Yeah. And my wife threw one thing out and I about killed her. We've been married 56 years, and I wanted to kill her almost every year. But this one year in particular, that she threw out a boarding pass that I had from Fukuoka, Japan, and said, F you, hey. And it's like, if you're going to throw anything out, throw out Kiyokaiwa, not Fukuoka.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I don't lie. I tell the truth. It's pretty awful, but I'm stuck with that. That's what I can remember.
Have some incredible investor meetings. So speaking of investors, you have this pretty awesome opportunity for people. Can you talk about that? People can drink and invest in your company.
Yeah, I mean, you can take a look at our social medias and see how far we've come from 2019. But we currently have over $1,600 investors in our company. The minimum investment right now is about $325. You can go right to our website at rockininvest.com. And you can purchase shares. There's about 650,000 shares left. We originally started with 2 million shares. So it's all regulated by the Security Exchange Commission through the Reg CF. And it's all the compliance team through Dealmaker. And so you can invest in Rockin Vodka today up until around June or when the shares are sold out. And of course, we're in right now, we're exploring a really big merger. So we're going to be announcing very soon some of the biggest news to date.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you?
I don't need another job. I'd already told you that, didn't I?
Filter.
I could use a filter too.
Of course, we can't elaborate much further because, as you know, the guidelines through the SEC. But we are very involved in exploring a merger right now.
That's awesome. Well, Rick, that leads me to, you don't have to speak about that, but I'm wondering, is there a business equivalent of hearing an arena full of fans going nuts at the opening of I Want You to Want Me?
No, it's pretty good. I've played over almost 6,000 shows all over the world. And it's like, and to me, it's playing for a different audience every night. So it's like, it's pretty cool. Every audience is a bit different, but certain songs just go over real well.
Yeah. That's great.
What's your favorite one? Come on, you're the guy that interviewed us.
Well, I mean, I got to say Surrender.
Surrender, that's right. 3 days. Yours is only 3 days. Imagine 50 plus years.
I also have to say, like, right behind it is The Flame. It's just burning in my brain right now.
Well, keep burning.
So I'm
why are you
looking
in
at
such a good mood? Because it was the past webinar was so awful.
yeah.
I'm trying to make this just as equally awful.
Yeah.
Trying to help you out.
Sorry, you're
continuity.
failing. You're failing. You're way too entertaining. So I'm looking at the silhouette behind you, the famous five guitar.
Five neck.
And so you're quite an innovator. First of all, is there going to be a five neck bottle of the vodka? And then I'd love to hear more about all the stuff that you're doing with bourbon, because you're doing a lot of like really fun stuff with that.
Yeah, well, let's see. I don't know. I'd like the five neck, five different pourers on the.
That would be cool.
But
Five different
We
flavors.
haven't figured out how to do that. And then that guitar is like I actually have three five neck guitars, and one of them is at the Hard Rock in Rockford Casino, and one of them was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've had stuff all over the place, and one is in my basement. I mean, I can't tell you where it is, and but I used to be 2 inches taller, but by him carrying that dang thing around, it's not all that shrunk. All right. What was your question?
Thick or what?
Yeah.
So, great question on the bourbon.
Lousy answer, but a great question.
So, a lot of our fans are actually participating in naming our bourbon, which is going to launch in September. And so, what we did is we did a joint venture with Kenny Farms, and they had over 3,000 aging barrels. And so, not only do we get to tap into their resources and sell their products and their gin and their whiskey, and we are able to create our own bourbon, right? And so, we're letting our fans partake. So we have just 80,000 followers on Facebook alone, and they're all just going to our website and giving us all their suggested names. And Five Neck was at the top, a Five Neck bourbon. And so it's going to be really interesting to see what name we end up choosing, because that's going to be all through our fans.
Yeah, and also I shouldn't mention it, but I'm no Brad Pitt, but I've been in a couple movies, and one of them came out this year, and it's with the Trailer Park Boys, and I did the movie. We did it at Abbey Road, or some of it, Abbey Road in London, and so I was with Billy Bob Thornton and Ronnie Wood and Eric Burden and a whole bunch of other people. And I went over there for the movie premiere back at the Abbey Road, and so recently I've been in contact because my son Dax plays golf with Alice Cooper and with Billy Bob Thornton, and we're talking to Billy Bob about having a Billy Bob bourbon.
Oh,
I shouldn't
nice.
say it because we have to get the okay from the SEC and the Andy and the RIO.
Yeah, there you go. So we're just in talks, nothing obviously solidified, but we're talking to other celebrities. We have a lot of celebrities that want to come to our distillery and launch their own brand, which we can do that now with our joint venture. We're not just Rockin' Vodka anymore. We can sell barrels and gin and all kinds of products. And so the revenue streams have just increased drastically through this joint venture.
And I didn't mention it too, but I actually have a restaurant in Rockford, Illinois, where we sell pancakes, Swedish pancakes. Stockholm Inn is called, and we have 12,000 customers a week. I've been involved with that for about 20 some years.
Wow.
And then I also am partners with my buddies Bill Jacobs in Chicago. We own a restaurant called Peace, Piece, and we've been there for 20 some years. And so I like stuff that doesn't fail, and I like stuff that where I don't have to do any work. But I brought Def Leppard there, and I brought Dave Grohl there. But
Wow.
the reason I ask you about the baseball, David Wells, he's a buddy of mine. I went to his. I was one of the best men at his wedding. It was me, Kirk.
The baseball guy?
Yeah.
Schilling?
No,
Kirk
no.
Schilling?
No. You got me. See, I usually can think without thinking. I'll think of it, and we can. You put it in.
yeah.
Just add it in.
Sure.
Sure.
You've been involved in a lot of successful businesses, not just
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I helped
pizza.
start Reverb. You know Reverb.com. It's like the eBay of musical instruments.
Right.
And they sold to
They sold to Etsy.
Etsy, yeah.
Yeah, we started with zero and went to $1 billion, and then sold it. I didn't do it. I did minimum work once again.
No, you don't say that. You were in there with the coding. I know you created the website and
Yeah,
everything.
1 and 1 is 2. I got that.
But I wonder, it seems like you could very easily have said, "I'm a rock star. I'm playing my music. I'm making people happy around the world. Like that's enough." But
Yeah.
clearly, it's not. You love creating all these businesses too. Like, what's the driving force behind that?
I just do stuff I like. I don't invest in anything that. I bought Apple at $8 a share. Too bad I only bought one share. Dang it. But I was like a guinea pig. I met Guy Kawasaki, and I knew some of the guys at Apple in the way back, and I told so many other people about Apple products. Oh, this is great, great, and because it was user friendly. I've never read a manual. I know a couple manuals, guys, but the only people that read those are people that write them, and so I liked stuff that was you could figure it out. I was a math major, sort of, but I mean, but a failed. Never mind.
And
Okay.
they gave you one of the first. You had one of the first computers, I think, or something.
Yeah, I had one of the first. I used to hit with a.
The Mac or
I still have two C's,
wow.
and
Really?
yeah, and all this stuff. And I used to have a battery pack that was bigger than the computer.
Right.
Yeah, and and it was a floppy disk. Now I use them as floppies, and but I still have all that stuff. And I have every Apple phone except the new one,
Except the new one.
but I have them all. And going back to the question, I only invest in stuff that I like, and
Yeah. That's awesome.
that's why I got involved with restaurants. We were the place Peace in Chicago. We were the only thin crust pizza in a thick crust town, and I got Rachel Ray to go there. She went. I did a TV show with her there, and it's like, I said, well, I had a book that came out, and I said, I sold 2,000 copies, and she says, I've sold 2 million. So then I shut up after that. But yeah, and it was. We were actually at one point we were #1 out of 37,000 pizza and beer places in the country.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
In gross revenue.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's
and
incredible.
we're still in business today. So PIECE, stop there.
Great pizza.
I will. So for people out there who
What was your
are
question?
I don't know. Who
Yeah,
knows?
there you go. I like you.
For people out there who are, whether it's an alcohol brand or whatever it is, you guys obviously have some built-in influencer celebrity attachment with Rick, but what you've done a lot of stuff with influencers, and you just mentioned like talking to Rachel Ray. Like, how important is that to you building the brand?
Well, it's branding, right?
Yeah, it's like I'm buddies with Sammy Hagar too. It's like, and we work together. We've done this and that, and he's done this and that, and he likes Peace Pizza. When he flies to Chicago, we bring pizza out to his airplane, and that's how good that is. And just I like good guys, not good guys. I like good girls too.
Well, Sammy got us in California. The reason that we actually launched California and are able to ship to 46 states through e-commerce is because of Sammy, good friends with Rick. He just connected us with a distributor in California, and they brought us on because of Sammy Hagar. And
Now he never talks to me, Rick.
he's a busy man, and he's got his own. Of course, he's got his own tequila and
Yeah.
his own rum. But one of the things I asked Rick,
And my son plays golf with Guy Fieri too.
Guy Fieri, yeah, and cigar. Aaron and the podcast with the cigars.
Yeah, and my
Cigar show.
oldest son. I don't know what he does. He's not in music, but thank God for that.
So we ship gifts all the time. We ship Rachel Ray gifts. One of the gifts we shipped Sammy Hagar, which is really cool. I said, Rick, what do I get Sammy? The guy probably has everything, and Rick's like, whatever it is, it has to be red. And so I didn't know what to get him. So we had one of our relatives built him this. It's like a Greek instrument. It's called a bouzouki. It's a 4-string instrument.
That's what he needs.
And so he actually played it for me, and so I got Sammy Hagar on video and pictures playing the 4-string
Red.
instrument. Red.
Red
Beautiful.
Bouzouki.
Beautiful instrument. So I'll have to send that picture to you as well.
Wow, yeah, please do. That's great.
He'll probably be pissed if you send that thing.
So a lot of influencers. Rachel Ray featured Rockin' Vodka on her show 3 times, the greatest of all time episode. Kalindo, Shannon McDonald, the world's greatest Beatles artist. She was given that title by the mayor of Liverpool, does all of our artwork. And so she's been fantastic for our brand.
Yeah.
Who else? So many celebrities have shared Rockin' Vodka. The guy that's in Alice Cooper Band, the guitarist from the Alice Cooper Band, Ryan Roxy.
Yeah.
He Orianthi.
Orianthi, yeah.
We were just at the Vegas. They were honoring Billy Gibbons and Rick Nielsen for a Lifetime Achievement Award in Vegas. It's called the Vegas Rocks Awards. And, Billy was there with us and Orianthi in the green
and
room.
Billy just played at
the Hard Rock.
Hard Rock in Rockford, and I got up on stage and helped him out a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, not really. I just brought him a guitar.
Wow, that's incredible. So
He's
what's
born
your
in December, and I'm born in December, so happy birthday, Billy.
So what's your advice to the small crafters out there, the people who are brewing something in their basement right now, or just starting to think about doing something like that, maybe as a side hustle, maybe just as a hobby. But if you were to give them any advice just as they're starting out, what are the things that they need to be thinking about?
Don't give up.
Don't give up. But if it's a hobby, God bless you, and keep it a hobby, because vodka, especially vodka, is a saturated world, right? So we got lucky.
So I was playing guitar.
So I was playing guitar, but he never gave up. And look at him now.
I'm too dumb to quit. It's like,
And I was too dumb to start. But
no, you've kept your promise, right?
so yeah, no. My advice would be: listen, if you're going to go all in, and don't listen to the naysayers, because everybody's going to tell you it's a stupid idea. And what are you doing?
I've never heard that.
Right. So my job is a puzzle maker, right? So I have the puzzle piece of Rick Nielsen, and he throws me all these puzzle pieces, right? All these other celebrities, all these connections. He's introduced us to, he'll jump on a Zoom call with a distributor in Tennessee or Florida. And so it's my job to leverage all these amazing puzzle pieces that Rick keeps on throwing our way. And then, of course, every day is a new blessing, because we're always...
Yeah, we're talking to you. Come on.
talking to you.
This is the big time.
Right? And the reason we're talking to you is because, again, we met somebody through Rick, through Dax, and went to this guy, and then from that guy to Art Danner, and then Art Danner connected us with Entrepreneur Magazine. So it's a constant circle, and if you don't play your cards right and utilize those puzzle pieces, you're never going to go anywhere.
Could we write that down? I'm going to keep that in mind.
Yeah, that was great. I love that. Rick, can you talk a little bit about whether is a business proposition or vodka or bourbon or a song, about your creative process? Like, do you devote time to thinking creatively, or is it just come down from God to your ears? How does it work?
That sounds good. Thank you, God. I've written stuff down. I have warehouses full of stuff that to me was important, and I've kept every piece of paper and every napkin I've ever written on. It's not all great stuff, but it meant something enough to me with my lousy handwriting to put it down. And so I woke up. I had a dream one night. It's like, I woke up when I got up. It's like, it said chocolate milk. It's like, that didn't turn out to be anything except I wanted some chocolate milk. But, I write these things down because at some point it means enough to you to waste your time to write it down or to think about it. And I've written songs where I never had the right bridge part till 20 years later, ages later. And if you hang on to, if it's a good thing, hang on to the good things. Or if it's a bad thing, hang on to the bad things. And it's like, and piece them together. I wrote the Dream Police, and I never had the middle part until one day. Yeah, let's put that in. That was a part in a song I wrote in 1973 when I was living in Philadelphia. The song I wrote in Philadelphia was no good, but the part was good, and then I put it in the song.
Wow, that's incredible.
But I said I've had more bad ideas than good ones, but I've had a lot of ideas.
Still writing. I mean, you guys are releasing a new album here
Yeah,
soon.
we have a new records. I did the help with the artwork yesterday for that on BMG.
Really?
Yeah.
When's it coming out?
Oh, good. Thank you for giving me Yes, it's our 21st studio record.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we've had about 50 live records, and so it's like, and then we're also working on another one coming up after this one. So, and it's on my birth date. This one's on my wedding anniversary, the 21st, and the next one's will be the 22nd, which is my birthday.
On December.
But, but when it's coming out, I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you.
Okay, got it. So
Thanks for your help. Okay, we got to go. Thanks for putting us on here too.
This is good.
Yeah.
What do you guys? You guys just released something huge on the Cheap Trick page. It's like
Oh yeah, we have 16 albums. Only one is, and I opened the box up yesterday because I finally got a copy of it, and it's heavy. But it's like it's all vinyl. This thing, and that just came out, and we're too dumb to quit. There you go.
There you go. Oh, that's great. What do you think about the alcohol business versus the music business? Which is crazier?
They're both bad, and they're both interesting. Like anything in politics or whatever, it's like it's got good things, and there's things we're working on.
so. There's a lot of celebrities that actually put their name on a brand that don't put in the sweat equity. You will find Rick not just doing.
I'm sweating
these
right
things.
now.
He's sweating right now. But he will go to a bottle signing, and there will be 500 people in line. We have to cut the line off at almost every single bottle signing, all around the country, no matter where we are. And so he sits there. He'll take 2 little breaks in between, and he'll sign not just a bottle, but they'll bring in whatever you can imagine from a Cheap Trick concert or Rick memorabilia. He's a working man, and he works his ass off. He's one of the hardest working men I've ever met.
Know what people say behind my back? What an ass.
Well, that seems like a pretty good note to end on. But
There's the end of that.
yeah. That's great. That's awesome. Well, I can't wait to. I actually haven't had the opportunity to try Rockin Vodka yet. So
We'll send them some.
Where are you guys at? Where are you at?
I'm in New York.
Okay, well,
I've heard of that. I've heard of that place.
Yeah.
We'll have our Jundle email you and get your address, and we'll ship you a bottle.
Okay, that totally
Wait a minute,
works.
he's
'cause
good.
That's
Send him two.
All right. Maybe we'll send you some bourbon. Maybe it's the never seen before bourbon yet.
Oh my God, I would love that. That would be great.
Yeah, and Rick, before we go, I got to show you this guitar.
Yeah, this one was painted by Shannon,
Wow.
and it's got 2 dinosaurs on it. See, there, that one. I'll turn it over.
Oh my God,
Shannon's artwork. That was for a museum that I had here in Rockford.
that's beautiful.
Yeah,
And this,
she's the one that did all the painting for all the like Andy said, for the Rockin Vodka bottles and the stuff that has me in it. But she also did the Hard Day's Night Hotel in Liverpool. Every mural, everything. That's why she's the #1 Beatle artist in the world.
this one here. Talk about this one.
Oh, this one's a rare guitar. This is a Dwight cornet built in 1965. This one, and some of the places we're going, we're getting models of the little cornet and signing them. And I don't.
So we actually,
I'm not the business guy here.
we have a replica. As you invest in Rockin Vodka now, there's perks for every tier. So you can get a signed bottle of Rockin Vodka. But this is in one of the tiers. We have a replica of this exact guitar that you can earn. Rick will sign it as well for your investment.
Wow.
Really, I got to get one of those.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Wow. I mean,
I liked when we ended on my ass part.
yeah. But I mean, sincerely, like you're the energy and the creativity behind all this is really, really cool. I've talked to other people who, as you describe it, they're like slapping their name on something and yeah, it's delicious. I take part in tastings or whatever, and then they like disappear. But Rick, I believe you are the real deal here.
I never wanted to be anybody else, but I didn't know that I wanted to be this. It's a little too late for that. But see, I signed a lot of these bottles, and if you can read it here, my handwriting is just as awful. I tell people when I sign it, I said, I can't read it either.
So these are going to investors. As soon as we leave here, they're getting shipped out to our investors.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
My arm is killing me from signing it.
Yeah. And carrying that damn guitar around with you.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't need to be 2 inches shorter every place.
TMI.
All right. Well,
TMI.
that's the note to end
There
on.
you go.
There you go.
Why do people hate me before they meet me? Save time. Okay, there you go. Let's get out of here.
Well, so great talking to you. And congratulations with everything. And thank you for creating jobs. That's not
Thank you.
something you hear about every day. So that's
Yeah.
pretty
Go
awesome.
back to your webinar.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to sleep. No,
Okay.
great talking to you. Great meeting
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
This was awesome. Have a great rest of your day.